time for my November pickups. So hello, greetings and some such and things. Yes.
Hello, from the people of NoTeaNoCrumpetsJustGames to all of you viewers.
Yes, all 5 of you. Yes.
But speaking of pickups, what are you holding down?
I have toys, but game-related toys, because you need the toys to play them unless you buy a digital version. And
Which
that
is already done in a different
indeed.
console.
I mean, I have the Xbox One version on digital with all the content and everything else. I have no desire to actually play this game on the Switch, but I wanted the R-Wing from Starlink.
I was out in Smith's and they were clearing it out as a tenner, so I actually bought it for him as a gift. And I find it funny because yet again I bought him something that he can't play on the console, not the other way around.
But the thing is though, it comes with this great big thing where the Switch is supposed to dock, but it works as a perfect stand just to display it and make it look cool. So that's awesome. And you actually
get your tenner's worth.
You actually have like your little Fox McCloud actually in the cockpit because he kind of like goes on the stand and it clips on top. Cool. And it's fucking awesome. And I might as well talk about the game because I really enjoyed Starlink. I don't think it was fantastic. I think there were problems, especially with like how expensive the toys were. I mean, these fuckers.
Not anymore.
I mean, these fuckers were like 20 odd quid each.
Yeah. They're like $4.99 in Smith's now.
Yeah.
The little figures like 25p the people. So.
Yeah. It is one of those things I would say it's worth kind of having. But the thing is, having all this like on your fucking pad as you're playing is really kind of awkward. I mean, changing over the weapons and stuff is cool, but it's so cumbersome and awkward. Yeah. Having it on a portal would have been a lot easier than having it stuck on your joypad. I had the digital version. All I had to do is press the start button and just change the fucking weapons that way.
Yeah.
It was much easier. You can do that on the physical version, but you have to refresh the toys every few days.
Oh right, just pop them all.
When you put it on, it gives you the license for 4 days or something like that.
Oh right.
So
it's got a chip in the actual ship.
So you have to keep sort of refreshing the license when you're playing it, and then you can just do it from the menus.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's well thought out and stuff, and I think it was. The toys were a massive flop for Ubisoft.
They look cool though.
A massive, massive flop. Yeah. But they did make a lot of money, but mostly the digital version. Because the digital version was like £70. If you see it about £20, it's a good deal. But it was about £70 for like £300 worth of content. You know.
Because everything. Absolutely every ship, character,
weapon.
And yeah, because I mean it's on offer the other week. The normal version was 20 and the ultimate version was 25. So that extra fiver, well, it's really worth it. Yeah.
And really enjoyable game. I mean, very Ubisoft, very sort of open world, by the numbers kind of thing. But very, very enjoyable. I would say a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. Really, really, really good. Not
Do a barrel roll.
Not perfect at all.
Do a barrel roll.
Really good.
Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll.
Help me, Fox! It's on my tail!
Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Did I mention? Do a barrel roll.
We should have had Roses do a caramel barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah. And oddly, I mean, I have been, with Christmas and stuff, I have been completely fucking skint. I have had, like, no fucking money. I mean, I haven't been buying anything other than Christmas presents and food.
Kind of need food.
That is it, you know, and paying bills and things. That is like all I have actually done. But I did manage to get a nice bargain of Disney Infinity Bundle thing, which was £15. And it was like, I don't know, 16, 17 figures. Yeah. And, you know, so it was basically loads of Star Wars ones and Star Wars levels. So I basically got like the Clone Wars one. I already had it on Xbox One with the Clone Wars stuff. But I got the Clone Wars stuff again, and I got
a big bundle, didn't you?
Yeah, and I got the original trilogy ones, and I got the Force Awakens level pack as well, as all the characters. So it was like 15 or 16 Star Wars characters, and Boba Fett, and Han Solo, and Chewbacca.
I like the Darth Vader bloody Disney Infinity figure.
Yeah.
So cool. I actually bought him.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have any of the games, but he's so cool. Really, really cool. Yeah, I've played. I played one of the Disney ones, didn't I?
You played the first two.
First two, but I've not played the Star Wars one.
The Star Wars one's much better. It is like loads better. I mean, the thing is, I would say the one was Disney Infinity one was actually not that good.
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, I didn't really like it that much. I think it was easily like the weakest of all the Toys to Life games.
You are the weakest link.
It's really annoying because on that like thing there's a Kamen Rider, Masked Rider, Japanese only Toys to Life game. I really fucking wanted that on the PS3. I've always wanted to get that and get all the fucking figures and stuff, but I never will. It's like, it just looks so cool, you know.
It's in the many hard-offs and hot potatoes.
Yes.
At not cheap prices.
Yeah. Not anymore.
No.
But yeah, Disney Infinity 1, not very good. Number 2 was the Marvel stuff, much, much better. I enjoyed number 2. You didn't get on with it, which I found really strange, because you have played so many generic Marvel games and enjoyed them.
Yeah, give me all the Lego games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You played Fantastic Four games and Captain America and Thor and Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man ones. Yeah, but you have played through all of them. That is the thing.
Didn't finish Thor. Thor was too fucking hard.
Yeah.
You had to do a certain route on the 360, and of course I took the wrong planet first, so I didn't give it up. Yeah, I really don't know why, because I was playing. I just got really wanted to be on something else. Could have been just not in the mood. But yeah, no, that's pretty much the only experience of that and coming around here watching you build stuff. But you can't build the stuff now, can you?
You can build it, you just can't share it anymore.
That's it, right, yeah.
You can't share it anymore. And it's a real shame because that was a fantastic thing. We had to learn other people's levels. That was the main thing of the game, was creating stuff and creating your own levels and sharing the levels and downloading the levels.
Yeah.
You could really just make your own games out of it. It was very, very, robust. Especially by the time you got to 3, there was so much content in 3 that they had from 1 and 2 that you had loads and loads of like building blocks to actually use.
Yeah.
I would say especially the lightsaber characters in Star Wars on Infinity 3 are really good. They're really fun to play. The blaster characters probably a little bit dull, but the lightsaber Jedi type characters are fucking fantastic. They're really, really fun to play. The combat is much improved. It still feels a little floaty and
Can you kill Finn?
Kiddie-ish. No, but you can sort of like just pick the figure up and just kind of like throw him somewhere, or just kind of like melt him with a lighter or something, you know. But
please, episode 9, if you do anything, kill Finn.
No.
You won't, because you're too much of a safe company now. But you should do.
I say, I've been watching The Mandalorian, and you've been watching The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I've been watching The Mandalorian.
And we've got Rise of Skywalker.
I'm a few episodes ahead, so I have to be quiet.
Yeah,
a few episodes ahead.
Well, I'm on 3. I'm only at the moment.
2.
We're only on. Yeah, there's only 5 episodes at the moment.
Yeah.
So I will catch up on those tomorrow.
Yeah.
I watched 1 and 2. 1 was fantastic, and I fucking loved it. 2, I think, I was saying the clip earlier, was really shit. I think that episode 2 was very disappointing. It wasn't bad per se, but it was so disappointing after the first one, and then the third one come along and made up for it all.
Blew it all out of the water.
By being all awesome again.
Yeah.
But the second episode was pretty poor in my opinion. But I really enjoyed the third one. So, but I think very much so. It works because it has a theme. Now, Rogue One, not including the actual numbered Star Wars, all the spin-off ones seem to have a theme. Like Rogue One is essentially like a war movie. It's like Guns of Navarone, where Eagle's there, that style of movie. Solo, Star Wars story thing, whatever. That is essentially a heist movie. It's like Ocean's 11 or something similar to that. Now, Mandalorian, I mean, there's no fucking two ways about it. It is a bounty hunter western, isn't it? It is a western. There's no other way of describing it. It's a western in Star Wars universe.
One of the first things I liked about The Mandalorian is people died because no one dies in the Star Wars stuff I watch now. And the first episode when the door gets shut, I thought was brilliant.
Yeah,
that was really good. Yeah.
It was literally the Star Wars world from a bounty hunter's perspective, which is what you wanted, you know.
Favreau's doing it, but apparently George Lucas has been on the set for every fucking episode. It's really weird because some episodes are like 40 minutes long, some are 35, then they're 42, then they're 30.
On episode 3 at least, Favreau was not the director.
No.
He was just the writer and the consultant and all that shit. But yeah, you know, I think it still looks a bit fan movie-ish.
Yeah.
It does, but that is actually more of a nod to how good the fan movies can be these days.
Which can be freaking awesome if you ever look around on the net.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the production qualities is just amazing.
Yeah.
Proper amazing.
Yeah.
If you look on the net properly, you'll find the proper Batman, the real Batman.
Yeah, yeah. City of Scars, Bat in the Sun, the best Batman thing
I was going to say
ever.
Fruits in the Sea. Bat in the Sun, Fruits in the Sea? Where do they come from? Oh, no.
Dear. Yeah.
Watch The Boys. It's really good. It's an Amazon original. On Netflix.
Yeah, it's an Amazon original.
Watch The Boys. Season 1, really good.
I mean, I watched Swamp Thing. I watched Swamp
Oh, yeah,
Thing
you
and
liked it, didn't you?
really enjoyed it.
You got to like the third episode, I went, it's been cancelled. You're like, what? They cancelled it, but they still finished the series off. Yeah. So it was like, that's on my to watch list.
It is very, very similar to the original. I can't think of the guy's name. Is Alan Moore. It's very similar to the Alan Moore run from the 80s. I mean, he did it from like, what, 83 or something to about 86, something like that. And those really are the like classic issues. Now the story isn't exact, it doesn't follow it exactly. It is very much in the same spirit. It is very much the same kind of thing as those really classic stories. I did actually go back and I got Kindle Unlimited of a 3-month trial of all things.
A 3-month trial?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then.
A 3-month free trial.
Yeah.
So I just basically been loading up on comic books and bits and pieces and stuff, and that's what I've been doing.
Or G.I. Jonas?
Where I haven't had any money. Yes, that did help. But yeah, you know, and yeah, so Swamp Thing was one of them. I mean, I am still in two minds about actually watching The Boys on Amazon or reading the original comics on the Kindle Unlimited store. I am very unsure which way to go.
Well, basically, I mean, from what I know, is because I haven't read the comics, and I know that they made a few characters up for the TV series, and it's a very big diversion. But
essentially, it's just The Walking Dead formula, isn't it?
Yeah, but isn't what's its face? The new bloody Watchmen just falling flat on its arse.
A lot of people seem to like it.
Yeah, I want to give it a go, but there's nothing good out there.
A lot of people seem to like it, but it's not.
Has it got a big blue dick in it all the way through it?
I think the confusing thing for a lot of people is it's based on the comic book and not the movie. So there are certain things of the plot, mostly the Dr. Manhattan bit.
Yeah.
I mean, here's spoilers for Watchmen. It's an old movie or an old comic book and stuff. Essentially, the big plot piece in the comic book was a psychic squid.
Yeah. And that's how the comics ended. Totally different to the TV series.
And
Film,
and the movie, it was basically Dr. Manhattan being simulated and blamed for the attack.
Thing is, I think they got Rorschach spot on. I'd like Rorschach in the movie.
I think the movie's very good. I actually really like the movie. There's certain things that still didn't work as well. I think there's much more interesting characters in the comic book.
Yeah.
I think there was perhaps too much violence in the movie. Even though I actually liked it, I actually enjoyed that. I think it was perhaps a little bit too hard compared to the original comic book.
Yeah.
The original comic book was much more sort of cerebral and and stuff and
long.
Yeah.
Because I watched the movie first, then I bought the hardback cover off Amazon or something like that, and I read that, and within 20 pages you're like, this is different, this is different, this is different. Yeah.
It's not hugely different though.
No.
It's more different in tone and bits and pieces.
But it's just a squid.
When you
just pretend don't exist.
When you compare how much Hollywood fucked up Alan Moore's other stuff, V for Vendetta, and especially, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And when you consider what Hollywood did to those, then The Watchmen's fairly
ended
close.
Sean Connery's career that year. Because he quit after that film. It was that film that made him quit.
I
Very
don't
rare to
think
think he's still alive.
I don't actually think it's that bad a movie, to be honest. I mean, it's okay, but if you actually into and like the original comic books, it's horrible. I mean, it's like, I can imagine the main thing I could probably relate it to is if you were a big fan of the Eastman and Laird original Ninja Turtles comics, and you saw the Ninja Turtles cartoon, same thing, I mean,
Hero Turtles.
they had Mr. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and they had like the Invisible Man and stuff, and the Invisible Man was basically like a kind of crafty Cockney thing.
Yeah.
In the comic book, he's a fucking rapist piece of shit. And Mr. Hyde basically rapes him to death and rips him in half. It's a very different thing. But yeah, we were going somewhere. I don't know where.
We was on Star Wars Disney, and I don't know how we got here. It's like when you're on YouTube. I'll click that one. I click that one, and
we're going on a little journey. We're going on a little journey.
Yeah. So we revert back to wherever it was, but they're all good films. I mean, I would say the Watchmen film when it came out, I knew nothing about it. But when I watched it straight, I was like, I like that. Yeah. That's when comic book films were starting to get the budgets to be better. They weren't the Fantastic Four film that you can watch on YouTube, which is still better than the last.
But that is the problem, though. That is the problem.
Shot.
There's so many people that actually watched Watchmen expecting the X-Men or something similar to that, and it's the complete fucking opposite. That's the whole point.
There's a lot of darkiness to it.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's the complete fucking opposite. I mean, Rorschach is what Wolverine would actually be in real life, when you have that sort of dark Avenger sort of thing, that's what they would be like, and that's kind of what they did. So
Hugh Jackman giving you the middle finger with his claw.
I mean, there are a lot, there was a lot of people I spoke to that didn't like Watchmen, but they were all expecting like a big superhero movie and not this kind of dark sort of
Tales of the Unexpected.
Yeah. It is very Tales of the Unexpected. And it's sort of like dark.
Are you old enough to remember that programme?
Ding, ding, ding. With the dancing ladies.
And don't forget the end, that's the one. Oh, we're showing our age.
Oh, dear. It's like, oi, you, get back to James Bond, women. You get back to James Bond. You're like, you black dancing ladies. Yes,
See, Tales of the Unexpected. You never know where this this little vlog of ours is going to go.
It's getting more podcasty as we go along.
Yeah. Do you think we should get headphones and live stream us talking about rubbish? You can all join in and go, what the hell are you going on about? We'll just type back, we don't know.
Like I said, there's going to be some games more games next month. Not a huge amount, but there's going to be a couple. So, and it will be after Christmas as well. Yeah. So, You know, we shouldn't have done Christmas yet, but it should be very soon.
Yeah.
And you know, you might have actually seen it.
We're
but,
2 weeks away from filming it,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it will be up Christmas Day. Is regularly, but providing something doesn't go wrong, like the world blows away or something. Some new form of Armageddon. The internet mice are eating all the silicon and the metal, so we're all going to die. The 17 Horsemen. Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on. And now for something completely different. Yeah. So Disney Infinity with Star Wars. You've gone on about there's different packs and stuff. I mean, as far as
what we're going to do, what we're going to do with Disney Infinity in like 5 minutes is probably put the damn thing on and actually do a video for it. So yay! And see what Cliff thinks of it. The Star Wars element rather than the Marvel one. You might like it, you might not. We'll see. So
watch the video.
Keep tuned.
Get your answers.
So take care, guys.
There'll be a light bulb next month, so we'll be a bit
brighter.
it'll
be a bit brighter. I say, hopefully you will have a good Christmas. If you haven't,
don't forget the Christmas special. Tell everyone about it. Everyone needs to watch it. Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
What will be? We will see. But yeah, I say until next time, guys. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.